Hey guys, what is up? Pupski here from PupShop. And today I want to give a general intro and overview of what Halo is like. And I mainly want to do this for South African gamers. I often get a ton of locals asking me, what is Halo like? Asking me very different questions about Halo. But in this video, I want to answer three main questions that I get very often. I wish that I had the time to answer every single question. I'm sorry if I don't answer them, but that's why I'm making this video. And that's why I'm doing a Q&A. I'm sure if you're following me on Twitter, you'll know about my Q&A. And just a little bit about that. I know I've been delaying it for a while, but I've been wanting to put more time into it and make it a very good video. And that's why I want to just take my time with it. I want to make it a nice vlog. And I want to put the tweets up on the screen, etc. So yeah, sorry if I've been taking a while with that, but I will get to it. I will answer all your questions. I want to have the time to answer all your questions, etc. So yeah, that is coming. But also in this video, I just want to show you guys around the menus of Halo and like the different features of it and all the different things you can do in Halo and why it's so fun, etc. There's a ton of things you can play with your friends and a ton of things that make Halo so fun. And I just want to give you a brief look into that, and I will show you a little bit of gameplay just in a custom game myself, just so you can get a general idea for those of you that don't quite know. So Halo is obviously a first-person shooter, and it's a bit different to generic first-person shooters such as Call of Duty and like Battlefield, where it's more modern day, because Halo is more futuristic and it takes longer to kill the person and you can jump around higher, and there's certain like Spartan abilities that you can do that are very unique. So it's more futuristic and different in that sense. And then also what's cool about Halo is everybody starts on a level playing field, so everybody starts with the same weapons, and then power weapons such as rocket launcher, sniper rifle, shotgun, and power-ups such as active camo and overshield are all spread around the map. So your team competitively will have to control the map, and they get control of the power weapons on the map. That's the general gist of Halo. But then there's also a ton of social players, which is completely different to what I just described, where there's Warzone, which has been added to Halo 5, which I can't quite explain into detail, but that's more social. And then there's a ton of social, really fun things like Griffball, which is just awesome. Look it up if you want. Big Team Battle, which is also amazing. Multi-team, which is so fun. So there's a ton of just social fun things, but for the competitive players, there's Rank Playlist, which is awesome. The ranking system in Halo 5 works really well. There's the rank playlists are usually 4v4, and the ranking system is very good in the sense that you'll always match against people of your same skill or very similar, and then you grind to get like a better rank, which is really fun and very appealing. And then also another massively awesome thing about Halo that is really key, like for me, and what makes Halo so fun and unique is the fact that, and this might sound as a surprise at first as to why it's a good thing, because like a lot of you will probably think it's bad, but let me explain. The fact that there's no regional searching, right? And for me, I think this is awesome. And firstly, it's awesome because Halo has always been designed in a way so well that even if you're playing on an international host or an international server, you'll still have such great connection, and it's completely playable. I mean, even from me as a South African who gets like the absolute worst end of the stick, I can even say that like playing internationally, like the worst connection is still completely playable. So Halo is always focused on allowing the whole world to play against each other, which is cool. It's designed in a way where the hit registration and the shot registration is all fine. You know, you might like not hit those one or two shots, which can be very frustrating, but you learn to deal with it, and it really is worth the benefit. Also in Halo 5, which is also really awesome, is that they have dedicated servers now, which makes the connection even stronger. Whereas in other games you'd play on their host, which is still completely playable, but now it's even more playable, which is really cool. And the cool thing about being able to match other people is the fact that you can even match it up against pro players, which is awesome. And you can match it up against really well-known players. And like for me, I've met a ton of people from America and Europe and all around the world, and it's really awesome to socialize with these people. And Halo does a really amazing job of like unifying the whole world into one community, instead of having like different communities from different regions, you know, like the European community, American community, African community, all integrated into one, which is perfect, and it's really awesome. And moving on to the second question that I mainly get from South Africans is how many people in South Africa play Halo. So of my knowledge, and this is just the people that I know, there's about 90 to 100. And there are definitely more out there that we don't know of. Like I said, because of no regional matchmaking, you don't match people in your region, so it's hard to find people in your region. So there's definitely a lot more out there. But of the people that I do know of, I really love these guys. We have such an awesome community. We're very integrated because we have a WhatsApp group for all of us, and we have a Facebook group, a Twitter group where we have announcements and socialize. And we even have a website soon, thanks to Mitch, otherwise known as Ghost66, who's making a website with forums. You can make your own profile. You can run tournaments from there. Have announcements there, which will be awesome. But yeah, I really love the local Halo community. There's such a bunch of nice guys, and the WhatsApp group really helps us to socialize more. And yeah, we do get into arguments every now and then that are like usually petty, but at the end of the day, we are already good friends, and we want to socialize a lot playing Halo together. And there's a ton of things, like I was showing you the campaign now. This is Warzone that I'm showing you. There's Forge, where you can edit maps and create new maps yourself. Here's Theater. So there's a ton of things you can do with friends, a ton of social stuff that's just so fun. And that's really what Halo is all about, and that's why people play Halo. And I think any Halo player can relate to me in the sense that whenever you meet someone else that plays Halo, it's so easy to get along with them. And there's a ton of things you can do together, and you always will get along with them, unless you know you're very competitive or serious. You might not get along with everyone, but everybody gets into Halo for the same thing. And I think a lot of competitive games these days have lost track in that way, in the sense that people only get into the game for the competitive scene, and they only get into it for, you know, money, etc., or fame, or whatever. And I think Halo is always perfectly integrated where it's just so attractive and fun, and it makes you want to get into it and play it for so many fun reasons, and in a way that sort of gets you into the competitive scene, but still being so fun, and keeping that fun component in even the competitive scene. So that leads me on to our last question of what I get asked very often is, what is the competitive scene in South Africa like? It's actually grown a lot more than I actually expected since the beginning of Halo 5. We got a team sent over to the European Halo World Championship regional finals, which got us a lot of exposure. My team, Vingo Gaming, went. And that got a lot more interest going. But also the fact, like I say, we're integrated like through a WhatsApp group and other ways. That also helps it to grow a lot more, and I think that is a big part where we all know each other and we get along, and we're able to play with each other a lot more, and therefore you know, form teams and get involved in tournaments, etc. And I also know that local organizers are planning on making more tournaments and events and LANs and big online tournaments coming, which is really cool. People like Zombie Gamer and MWeb are planning on that, I think. So shout out to them for all the help that they give us and support. And then Ronan, myself, and Ronan, Irish, shout out to him, are running online tournaments around once a month. And we get sponsors thanks to people like Zombie Gamer again, and Keenan and Ari, who donated to the 2v2 prize pool. We had a 2,000 rand prize pool for that, which was awesome. So him and I run tournaments online like once a month. We'll keep doing that. Yeah. And basically, I'd say Halo in South Africa has been growing pretty damn fast since Halo 5, and we really want to keep that going. It's always been massive internationally, but not so much locally, and I think we're starting to catch on to that hype, which is cool. And it's always been a game that has those core elements. Like I said, it's so fun and sociable and competitive at the same time. And on the Xbox One, there's the Master Chief Collection, which has Halo 1, Halo 2, Halo 3, and Halo 4. All the Halos remade into one, where you can play all the campaigns and matchmaking online. And then there's Halo 5, the newest one, which has the campaign and the matchmaking, etc. And all the organizers in South Africa, as I mentioned before, are determined to keep the tournaments coming. And the community is completely welcoming to anyone who wants to come on board. We all want you on board, and we're very friendly, and you're all welcome. So thank you for watching. Peace.